We're live. Let's make sure that everything's good. Yeah, it is good. It's good. It's good. Got out the numbers. Okay. So, hello. We took quite the hiatus. It's that time of year, with a lot of festivities, I guess, going on in life. So, look for maybe some schedule changes in the future. I will try and do maybe a little bit more social media post and maybe actually book events on our YouTube page. That way, maybe if you subscribe, you can find out when we're actually going live ahead of time. So we're going to do that probably going on in the future. So we might do on some Wednesdays, might do on some Tuesdays. We're just going to mix it up a bit. You know what? Because we're human beings. We got stuff to do, and we like to play games. So we're going to go right into this is like the finale of this arc. So this is the third episode of this arc across the Chlorine Sea. So let's get right into it. Let's give it over to Michael.
Okay, hello and welcome to World War Bug, the epic insect military saga that takes you through a massive conflict, one teeny tiny battle at a time. I will do a quick recap, a detailed recap, because it has been quite a while, and then kind of get into the intro, and then we'll get into the action. But first, let's go ahead and meet our players. Very happy to have our two wonderful regulars, as well as a special returning guest star. And I'm very happy to see. So please go ahead and tell me who you are, who your character is, and how they're doing as we enter the finale of our second arc. Starting with Nick.
Unmute. Hello, I'm Nick, and I am playing Max Flores, the sniper. Um, sort of after his first big mission with his new crew. He's doing pretty well. Got some good shots off, and so we'll see how it goes.
All right. Well, I'm glad he's doing well. He's staying frosty there.
Yeah.
Also joining us is Patrick.
Hello, everybody. I am Patrick. I am playing Ektom Lucano, the sort of army ants sergeant, sort of leading the sort of grunts of this band of, as I was say, band of brothers, band of misfits. We're all kind of looking rough right now. I mean, Ektom included. Ektom's stressed out. He's got a couple of large shrapnel wounds, partially crushed from some sand, lost a mandible. He's seen better days.
Oh man, with the old soldier here fighting with us.
Yeah.
We and we should say Max. He's a bullet ant, as I believe.
Yes, I believe that is correct.
All right, super cool. And then also joining us, very happy to have him here. Very grateful he could join us. Our guest star, my own flesh and blood, my cousin, Austin.
Hello, I'll be. You can call me Al, the Acorn Weevil. I'm playing a scout. Glad that he survived the last encounter. Um, Not looking great, but we're still kicking. He's a tough son of a bug. So uh, excited to be back. Thank you.
All right. So doing a quick recap, we are in the world of the backyard house of the Bloom family. Uh, the wife is an entomologist who has brought various insects from her studies, which have of course escaped into the yard and the house and the surrounding woods, creating a whole world of insect nations, which are now at war. There's two um, major alliances fighting each other: the Central Swarms and the Insect Entente. Right now, these brave bugs, part of the Greenleaf Guards, a group of soldiers fighting for Hillington, find themselves on another front against the Termite Empire. Um, it could be considered a sideshow to the main front in the backyard itself, but by the swimming pool, the patio, and the sandbox, with all the bloodshed, all the dying bugs, it certainly doesn't seem like a slideshow or like a sideshow there. So, in our first episode of the arc, the Greenleaf Guards joined the landing at Pool Noodle Bay across the waters, across the swimming pool, which was a unqualified military disaster in which thousands of ants were killed for nothing. But then they were sent to the sandbox, or a sort of eccentric ant, O.O. Oakley, nicknamed Oakley of the Sandbox, had unified the pill bugs there and joined them in their rebellion against the termite empire, which controls the sandbox. With the Greenleaf Guards helping them, the pill bugs destroyed the fortress of the sandcastles uh, that the termites held, freeing the sandbox. And now they're going to try and shake the grip of the termites from that bit of the backyard for good. All right. And in the middle of all this, they've discovered a sort of mystery. It started with a butterfly spy who revealed that she had some important information about Captain Little, a nefarious Hillington Ant intelligence officer who had already made an enemy of our brave soldiers. And this continued into reports that they witnessed after they destroyed the sandcastle or freed the sandcastle of a mysterious airship made of a happy 25th anniversary balloon that landed there and stole away um, a lot of insects who were a lot of uh, insect children, actually, pupa, who had been orphaned in the war. It sort of stole them away for an unknown reason. And this strange balloon is still this airship is still flying around causing trouble. But we still don't know who's flying it and really what its deal is. Only that, of course, it's up to no good. Okay, I will go ahead and read kind of a news article summing up what's going on, and then we'll sort of get into a council of war type scene, and then we'll start doing the behind the scenes stuff, picking our mission, and we'll get going. Okay. So here's the news article from the Mid Afternoon Waggle Dance by Buzz Peachtree. To walk in the ant farm. For so many bugs who have called the Bloom household, the backyard, and the little bit of forest beyond the fence home, there is one place where we can trace our origins: the ant farm. It was this ant farm, purchased for Sammy Bloom on his 7th birthday, which contained the eggs that birthed our people. And when Sammy did cast it outside because he grew bored with it and wanted to play Minecraft instead, our kind did grow strong and powerful and spread throughout the lands. Ever since, the holy city of the ant farm has been a place of worship, pilgrimage, and war. Now, a new battle has come to strike the holy sands that spilled out from the sundered ant farm, the greatest war of all. The termite empire has long controlled the ant farm, making it a powerful stronghold to stop advancements from the trash czar's mighty kitchen army. To support the kitchen, the ant farm must fall, and that task has fallen to the stalwart sons of Hillington. Those Hillington ants have bled and died on the shores of the chlorine sea. One of their kind, the eccentric Oakley, Oakley of the Sandbox, has now joined the Pillbugs and made them allies in the battle against the termites. Now, Pillbug and Hillish Ant together join for a final assault, even as a strange mystery of a silver balloon airship and a vile war profiteer casts a grim shadow over the battlefield. One thing is certain for the brave Hillington soldiers, the Greenleaf Guards. They will find no peace in the holy city of the ant farm. All right, so with that, we're going to sort of a cutscene, or not a cutscene, a scene. There's no cutscene in here. You don't have to skip the dialogue. You're in it. Sort of a council of war, where we got Oakley, this ant, the sort of eccentric ant who is wearing kind of the desert robes of the Pillbugs. Also with him is Prince Hubal, who is sort of the unofficial leader of all these Pillbug tribes that have come together, rising up against the termites. And also another a spider, Redback spider, who joined with you. He was with the Playground and Swing Set Army Corps, who joined with you on the assault across the Chloride Sea. General Jacob Vermillion. So all of you are together. They're sort of right now. You're like on the kind of little wooden ridge. It's like at the edge of the sandbox, looking out over the grass. You can see the green grass stretching into the distance. Maybe some sprinklers chuffing away far across the backyard. And then there's like the flower beds, the vast expanse of the patio, and then of course the towering house itself, the Bloom household, where another front of the war is waging. But down below, you guys can make out the ant farm. This smashed up chunks of like plastic, glass, some paper, some signage that was on the ant farm that has become sort of its own city. This holy city that is now heavily fortified by the termites. All right, so Oakley says, gentle bugs, you have done much honor to myself and Prince Hubal in our battles across the sandbox. Now it is time for the ant farm to be liberated.
Sounds good to me.
Yes, very good. However, it is full of difficulties. And Jacob Vermillion says, right, here's what we found out so far. Here's what we need. So, from what I know, some of you have we can call it a vendetta against General Dieter von Floof. That name sound familiar?
Yep. The Panther rifle that once belonged to comrade Vin's.
Right. Well, some Pillbug scouts have gone out and made some reports. It seems that von Floof has made an encampment on the Ant Faces, one of the holy shrines that surrounds the ant farm. So we need you to go in there, make sure that he is there, and I mean, if you can, do what you do best. But if not, report back about that position. He's with these his unit, the Iron Olhans, a sort of heavy infantry. These are the Nessenheim advisors, the termites. They could be a real problem when we move into the city. Then Prince Hubal says, something else we need. There is a mission for supplies. The termites, they are weak. They cannot survive the heat of the sandbox and the bits of sand that fell out of the sandbox and are also kind of sandy and warm. They are weak. They will not survive this. And so they bring in their supplies. We should take them. They're bringing a bunch of aphid pulled wagons past one of the some flowers, the flower bed oasis at the very edge of the flower beds. It presents a good opportunity to steal these supplies and make them ours. And with that, we can claim the ant farm. And then finally, Oakley says, and then of course, there is the assault, the attack on the ant farm itself. Um, General Vermilion's big slide dragoons will be leading the way. Unfortunately, there is a large amount of glass and plastic from the shattered ant farm that makes perfect cover and heavy entrenchments for the termites. It'll be a difficult thing, and it will take a great deal of courage and bloodshed, I fear, to shatter these emplacements. The ant farm itself is a holy city. Nobody wishes for war inside the ant farm itself. But if we destroy these emplacements and these entrenchments, then the way will be clear and we will enter. All right, so those are the three missions we got: a recon, supply, and assaults. Let's go ahead and start talking about our quartermaster, our marshal, our commander, and then we'll get into what missions we choose. All right, so Nick, I think we'll start with the quartermaster.
Sure. Well, it seems that the army is in need of both liberty and some rest and recuperation.
I would say
I think
so.
so. Yeah.
I do believe we have 2 campaign actions.
Yeah, I believe that is correct. So I believe I will be spending them on that. I think I will use 1 supply to boost the liberty to clear all stress, just so that everyone's good to go on that front.
Nice. Okay, so Legion morale goes up by 2. Everyone clears 4 stress.
Just all
and the
stress.
morale goes up by 4.
Nice.
Clears all stress. Yes.
Yep.
What does that look like? Is that like we all get a hot meal and a shower? Like, what's the?
Pretty much. I don't know.
It's the volleyball scene from
Yeah. From Top Gun.
Top Gun.
Top Gun, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, these they're playing with the boys. These bugs.
Yeah.
But yeah, except for they're passing each other just like droplets of Coca-Cola. They just slurp down.
Let's see here. In terms of rest and recuperation, which I think is the other one that needs to be done. Takes time to let soldiers tend to wounds and rest. Each legionnaire marks a tick in any harm row. Once a row of healing is full, erase that tick the ticks and injuries in that row. Don't have any mercies.
We do not know.
No.
Ooh, okay, I know there was some.
Did we? I thought we
No, we got an alchemist.
got an alchemist. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah.
I can boost this one as well to get a second healing tick.
I'm kind of. It's up to you. If we have the extra supply.
We have 1 last supply for the time being.
Okay. I will think you guys could do like the 2 missions, and one of them is a supply mission.
That is true.
That could be a good secondary mission if you want.
Might not be a bad idea. Yeah. So I don't mind using that, boosting it up. Yeah, probably a good idea. So yeah. So anyone who is injured can heal 2 healing ticks.
I'm gonna take mine and clear out the one tick that I had in 3, and then one of the ones I have in 2. So I'm a little further from death. I do
So
also
then-
believe.
All right.
So I get to remove a harm. Is that what that is?
Well,
So
so
you see
there's like little boxes, yeah.
Oh
So
no.
you can mark 2 of them.
And Tabitha Stinger is also looking pretty good now.
Nice.
Ooh. All right, your cool scorpion friend.
Yep.
Okay.
The leader of the plastic platoon at the moment.
Yeah. All right. So Nick, anything else for the quartermaster?
I think those are the 2 actions that I have. So
Okay. Let's go ahead and do I think the commander. It's been a little while since we played this. Is the commander the one we should do next? You think?
I think yes, because they're the one that sets up the meeting, the missions.
Yeah.
And then it's
Okay.
the marshal that sort of determines how the
Yeah.
missions
Who
are
goes
broken
on the
down.
missions.
Yeah.
All right. So Patrick, for the commander, what missions would you be doing?
So we have a supply, a recon, and an assault, correct?
Yes.
I know Ektom is really, really hoping to get out there and, wreck some shop, but he's not the marshal. That's Major Atticus Luna. Atticus
Ah.
is less attached to Svende's passing.
Oh man. Just
So I'm thinking we
he's just
should
a
do
name.
just he's unfortunately a name on a list, as there are
Yeah.
many others like him. Which is, I mean, he's numb, so yeah, it makes sense. But I think we should do the supply and the assault. How does everyone feel about that?
yeah.
I agree.
Do the supply first and wrap that up, and then do the assault to sort of clear the trenches. Because we can send the other crew to do the recon, like the smaller sort of one of the platoons
hmm
to do recon, and if they want to try to push their luck, they're more than welcome to. But I think really the main bulk of our forces should focus on trying to actually capture and retake the holy city of the ant farm.
All right. Very cool. So for the secondary mission, do you roll on that now, or do we pick the?
So the secondary mission is rolled as part of the engagement for the marshal.
Right. Okay. We should
yeah.
do the intel.
Yes,
for
the
the
intel should
commander.
be next. I believe we
Yes.
have 1. Do we have 0? I think we have 1.
Okay. So you can ask one of the following questions.
Okay, 1 second. I do think we're going to spend 1 intel on this. So we'll hold 0. I'll ask a question from that list. What would be 2 approaches we could use to assault the main fortifications to get rid of those emplacements?
Okay. Let's see. I would say there's kind of 2 options, one of which seems suicidal and insane, but might be the only way to do it. So one of which would be a straight charge dramatically into the entrenchments, which is it could totally backfire horrifically. It seems most likely it will, but the sheer audacity of it could pull off a victory. Another one would be trickier, which would be working along the flanks, and trying to like weave your way from the side, through the sides, through this sort of forest of like chunks of glass and plastic, and then avoid the pebble cannons, avoid the twig emplacements of the termites and hit them from the side.
Is the supply mission along one of those flanks?
Oh, that's a great question. No, I would say the supply mission. You're gonna have to send some other soldiers for that one.
Okay. I think we have a scout and what's Max again?
Max is a sniper.
Sniper. Scout and a sniper. I think we should do the flanks rather than the full frontal charge. That does ally better with our with the current composite of our team. Lucano's a decent shot, so
Looks
I
like a
think we
good
feel
idea.
pretty confident about that.
All right, sounds cool. So we've got our approach. Okay, I think it's time for the engagement roll. Or
Okay.
sorry, before I'm jumping the gun here, anything else for the commander?
That should be it. We have no hold. There are some other things like about the time and pressure and stuff like that, but not really using that specifically. So, not worrying about that too much.
Yeah.
Okay, so going to the mission. Is everyone who is involved, oath sworn to the Legion?
Yep.
One die. Did we spend intel on this to give some forethought information? Yes, we did. Is everyone on the mission a specialist or a soldier?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Are any rookies going with you?
Should we take rookies with us?
Mm,
Or should this be a three? I mean, here's the thing. If it's just the three of us, that's it.
Yeah, nobody to take over if anybody falls.
Yeah.
So you could bring a few rookies along just in case.
Come on, you bugs! You want to die forever?
We will take the remnants of the steel crawlers with us.
All right, let me look up those. Do we have the names for the steel crawlers?
Yes. Pete Moran, Ethan
Nice.
Knox, Alice Waller, and Gail Conway. All of them are currently
They are.
recruits, rookies.
Yep.
All right,
Max's
well,
whole crew.
Exactly.
oh man.
Two dice
All right,
currently.
well, here's your trial by fire. I think they were in the last one as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, after this, they'll get to become soldiers if they survive.
Michael, why'd you say that? No, there's no way.
So, no one distrusts our leadership, and all of the required specialists are currently on the mission. Does only give us 2 dice to work with. Did the quartermaster equip the soldiers with black shot
Um,
venom rounds?
let's see. I think that's a thing that I can do. Yeah.
This is what the alchemist does, I think.
Is that something the alchemist does? Well, I think I have. Yeah, I have Blackshot marked down. So
Yeah, if you want to use one of those.
Yeah.
3 dice to work with. And the Legionnaires. Does any Legionnaire starting the mission wounded? Answer that one's yes, because Ektom is still wounded.
Yeah.
I don't know about I don't know about Al Acorn. That doesn't mean we have 2 dice. But that's better than 1 that we would have had without the black shot.
It's true. Okay.
I rolled a 1 and a 6.
Ooh. There are numbers
Very
in
glad you
between
had
those, right?
two.
Yes, there are numbers in between them, but I didn't roll them. I only got 2 dice. Okay.
Well,
So that means that when we start in a controlled mission, and the secondary mission, which I believe is a supply mission, is they all succeed.
Very good. All
But do we
specialists
want to
take
do we
one harm.
want to have two of them die so we can promote someone to a soldier?
Oh, what a question.
I know it's a hard question.
I will not interject.
Wait, so what? Wait, what happens? What?
So we can basically sacrifice 2 of the 5 soldiers we sent with them to basically upgrade one of the people who's currently in the team to a soldier, to a specialist position.
Ah, nah,
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we don't have to.
nah.
All right,
Well,
more rookies. They'll get to be soldiers eventually.
They'll get there.
Okay. So yeah, they all succeed with no stress or wound.
All right, so a successful mission. These guys like some bunch of pill bugs go with them. They reach this the edge of the flower beds. Bunch of aphids coming by pulling wagons with a bunch of termites leading them. They pop out. There's some splinter rifles banging across the sands, and then they take those aphids full of supplies.
Hell yeah.
All right. So meanwhile, you guys are in a pretty good position. All 3 of you, and it's 3 rookies are going with you.
5.
5 rookies are going with you.
Actually, no, sorry, it's only 4. It's only 4 because we
4.
haven't filled them out back up yet.
Right. Okay. 4 rookies are going with you. So the whole of this squad from the Greenleaf Guards, making their way through the sand, sort of across the flank. This is like sand that has fallen out of the the sandbox and kind of like is strewn about on the grass. So there is lots of sand, but it's very verdant country. Lots of like kind of big patches of grass jutting up all around you. And you guys can see the city of the ant farm in the distance. Right now you have pretty good cover. As you guys start kind of making your way through these clumps of grass, you see that there's like a big line of chunks of plastic, chunks of glass from the ant farm itself that have been turned into entrenchments by the termites. They have a whole bunch of like splinter of twig emplacements. They have like pebble cannons. They've like dug into their position, and they're sort of facing the sandbox itself. Right now, the other major assault, the big slide dragoon hasn't happened just yet, but you know it's going to be happening like very shortly. So as you guys are going, I'm going to say, Acorn, you end up like stepping on the something in the sand, and then it like moves, and you realize there is another bug there that's like hidden under the sand that like pops out suddenly, and he cries out like, wait, don't shoot, don't shoot.
Crap. Who is this? Who are you? Identify yourself.
Flash!
Mate, I'm a reporter. I'm on your side.
A reporter.
That's right.
Doing out here?
The media is never on our side. What are you talking about?
No, look, my name is Keith Burdock, and you see he is like a burrowing cockroach. So he's this like kind of oversized Australian, sort of ovoid looking roach with very large and very like shiny shell. This like very glistening exoskeleton. And he's got like a whole bunch of little tiny scraps of paper and like some berry juice he's been like writing notes on. And he's like, "Look, I want to be embedded with you."
Why were you in the sand?
I was embedding myself there.
Okay, well you can stay there.
No, look, I want the action. That's what my readers need. I got a whole bunch of readers lined up back around the playground, the swing set. They want to see what it's like when their lads go to war. You know what I mean?
All right, well, that's not up to me, so I'm just gonna like, yeah, that's up to our current NCO here.
Would be Ektom.
You, sir,
Yes,
how would you like to have your name in lights?
I would rather not.
Right. I'll go ahead and deep cover then.
So hold on,
Um,
you're just reporting. That's it.
That's right. Showing our glorious lads, giving the termites what for.
Is attacking a member of the press a war crime currently with these bugs?
Geneva
that?
hasn't happened yet.
Is it a war crime? Is it? to hurt
Geneva hasn't
the
happened.
press in the bug. Have the bugs had a Geneva convention yet? Here, it's my question.
Probably,
No.
I don't know.
Probably not.
There's some rules of war. I mean, Mehmet Cement. You guys were like when a couple games ago came under a white flag and stuff, and bugs
Okay.
seem to respect each other's wounded.
Yeah, but
Okay.
Are you thinking
I
of
think the
killing
white
this
flag is
reporter?
a pretty universal sign of like peace or surrender.
Oh yeah, that's true. I just don't need a Geneva Convention for that kind of thing.
Yeah.
A universal sign.
All right, he says, look, you guys are the Greenleaf Guards, right?
Yes.
How did he know? We never told.
Reporter.
We never told him anything.
He's a reporter.
No, see, look, I'm a smart roach. I do my research. I'll tell you what. You let me come along with you, and of course, keep myself alive. I'll tell you what I've heard.
Sure.
I like that. Maybe
great.
throw something over your back there. Cover your
Cover the
very bright.
carapace.
You're a little lustrous.
Cover my carapace.
Cover the carapace.
Well, hey, if it's from a hard bitten vet like you, I'll take that advice. And he goes around and gets some mud and kind of like smooths it down on his shell to make himself shine a little less.
Okay, good.
Great. It's a
All right, so
glorified
do we
escort
have
mission.
a deal? Yeah, it's an escort
We-
mission.
If he dies, he dies. We're all just bugs out here, man.
I mean, here's the thing. In an escort mission, if you lose the escort, it's normally game over. But in this case, if he dies, there's what off our back.
He's like, yeah, it's like that. Wait a minute.
Wait.
My movement speed is going to be faster than you're walking, but slower than you're running. All right. Well, it seems like you have struck a deal with Mr. Burdock. And I will say any resemblances to the founding member of a current news mega corporation that started in Australia is purely coincidental. Yeah.
Of course, there's no resemblance. He's a bug.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about. I knew exactly who
Yeah.
you're talking about from the moment you started this conversation.
Yeah, World War I. Interesting to see how many things got their start, including sort of the beginnings of that news dynasty. All right, so he says. All right, so here's what I've heard. Talking to other reporters around the canteen and such. It seems like someone's put a sort of bounty on you.
Put a bounty on us.
Yeah, I mean, it seems bizarre, right? Like someone's, looking to kill you in the middle of a war, but that's what
Well,
I
we
hear.
made enemies.
Does that mean we can get a promotion?
Well, it just means you got to stay alive. What I hear is it's someone called the Scythe.
Hmm.
It is.
He's an
Dramatic.
assassin that calls this part of the world home.
How do we know that you're not the assassin?
Ooh, it's a great question.
I'm kidding.
I wonder. Yeah, he's like, look, I just report the news, mate.
Sure you do.
mean, you could try, and there's not really like an insight check for this
There really
one.
isn't in this game.
Nope.
Yeah.
Tell him
You
to
could-
prove his loyalty here. Make us. How do we trust him?
I would you do a consort roll to see if see if you can see if he's all he says he is.
I can make that roll. I got 2 in that.
Yeah.
I've only got 1.
All right,
Yeah,
so
I have to
Lucano, you
add
do a
0.
consort.
I got a 6.
Nice.
Oh,
I have to check
excellent.
my dice because on one side it has like, on the people to see it says like, oh yeah, it's gonna blur it
Yeah.
out. It has like like an actual name, and then on the other side I'm like, is that the 1 or the 6? I don't know. So I had to like look like, okay, it's
Oh
the 6.
man,
That's the 6.
love it when that happens.
Yep.
All right, yeah, with the 6, it's just controlled. But yeah, you go ahead, you do it. You can tell. I mean, the fact that he like went out there with a very lustrous, shiny shell in like the middle of a war zone, shows that he's definitely not a skilled assassin of any kind.
He might not
He
have.
is what he says he is.
Okay.
He's a reporter hungry for a story.
Got it.
All right, he says, "All right, well, don't mind me. I'll just hang back, record the adventure, write about what happens, and you guys go ahead and just act naturally."
And don't die. That goes for the rest of you too.
You hear the rookies are kind of like giving each other sort of wary nods.
You got
Yes,
this.
Sergeant.
You'll be fine.
Right, you are. Okay. So as you're saying this, you hear the first pops and cracks of gunfire as the first splinters start zooming across the battlefield. You look back across and you see General Vermilion leading the big slide dragoons in what seems the impossible, a charge across open ground into the termite ranks. They are just like racing across all of these ants from the playground, from the PASAC, PASAC, the Playground Army Swing Set. What am I? The Playground Swing Set Army Corps. I should be able to remember the acronyms I created. They are all charging across the open ground. Some heavy pebbles are like landing amongst them and blowing up, but they are like just still going, just relying on sheer courage to charge across and reach the enemy lines.
I think
So,
that's our cue.
This
Yep.
all right, Lucano, what are you guys doing? What's the command you're giving to yourself and the rookies and this embedded reporter?
I'm gonna order the troops to and he's gonna lead by example. That I assume we're sort of in some sort of cover of like pieces of glass and plastic and sort of like this jagged forest. How close are we
Yeah,
to
definitely.
to the lines?
I would say, I mean, because you rolled really high for that engagement roll with a 6, you are like within rifle shot, within shooting range, and there's not that much open ground before you reach their entrenchments. And also, they have not noticed you at all.
Yes, I think that the command is don't fire until you can see the whites of. I guess technically would say the whites of the eyes, until you can see
They
their
look the compounds of their eyes.
don't fire until you can see their mandibles clearly, and essentially just order a sort of silent charge into the line while they're distracted by this larger charge across the open ground.
So you're saying you want me to
Excellent.
wait until the fighting starts and then I can make my shots?
Yes. Wait for us to get in there and then start firing. But if
Sounds good.
if they notice us,
Yeah. I'll-
looking at you, just start shooting. Albert, you're with me.
Yep. I'll
All right.
find a good place to settle down.
Yeah, I will put Albert in the back of the group since he's our scout, which will be useful once we're in the trenches.
Okay.
Yeah, all good. With
Sounds
me.
like. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Albert.
Oh, I just said all good with me.
All right. Sounds like someone's gonna have to do a maneuver roll.
I will
Um,
do that. And I have something called over the top, which is I can when I charge into the teeth of the enemy that outnumber or outguns us, I can then add an extra dice, and I clear one stress, but I have no stress.
Nice.
So it's 3
Very
dice.
good. This is
for
this would be
these.
risky.
Yeah. Oh, it's just 2 dice. I only have 1 maneuver. Yes, I assume this is going to be risky. I will. I'm going to push myself, so I'll take the stress and add an extra die.
Okay.
Especially since this is risky. And I needed it because I rolled a 1, a 2, and then a 6.
Oh man,
Yeah, that would have been real
very
bad.
intense. Okay, but thanks to that 6, you're able to get all the soldiers, like, they just kind of hustle across the little bit of open ground and like reach the edge of the trench. Right now, I would say you guys are like to the back of an actual pebble cannon. So there's a bunch of like termites loading up pebbles into this sort of slingshot kind of throwing device. This sort of like oversized artillery piece, and then filling it up with some acid to give it a blast. And they're pulling the cord, and this pebble zooms out, flies across the lines, and explodes in the distance.
Yeah, I mean, we're in the trenches. As soon as Max Flores starts taking his shots, we'll follow suit.
Sounds good.
All right, Max, what's the plan?
So, I'm gonna basically just hunker down, in sort of like some good cover, and find basically the one giving the orders on that emplacement.
Right? Yeah, you find a termite officer who has like sort of a ceremonial sword made of part of a toothpick on his belt. And he's like, sort of looking looking through some like curled up leaves to make binoculars across the battlefield, and like shouting out you see him shouting out coordinates. All right,
There's
ready to take him
actually,
out?
yeah, I'm actually going to use my ability cover fire, which is if I set up someone with shoot or provide covering fire, they gain potency on their next action. So basically,
Ooh, okay.
using this shot is sort of like the signal for everyone.
Ooh, nice. Okay, so potency is it adds an increased effect, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
So I will take my shot, which I have 3 dice in shoot.
I would say uh this is controlled because you're just like they have no idea where you are. You're shooting out of the blue, so yeah, I think this is controlled.
Sure. Okay. Then I'll stick with a 3. Yeah. Only a 4.
Or okay. All right, so I will let you decide. You can do it, but there's going to be a complication, which I think naturally would be like they zero in on your location, so you
Yeah.
get spotted.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah, that sounds good to me. So basically,
all right.
which it makes a lot of sense. Like the guy sort of looking in his binoculars, all of a sudden just bullet through his head. Just like, oh jeez,
Oh, geez, Rick.
oh jeez.
Yeah, they figure it out. So you just like fire, the bullet just like rips through this termite's head. Insect brain juice just like sprays everywhere as he drops wordlessly. But everyone hears it. The other termites like freak out, dive for cover, start going for their guns. Um, and yeah, your position is definitely discovered.
Okay. So,
Meanwhile, the charge is like about halfway towards the termite lines. They have a lot of space to cover, so the twig emplacements start chattering away. It's not looking good for them. Okay, Albert Al Eggcorn, what are you doing in the middle of this chaos? Oh, Austin, you're muted there.
All right. Sorry, we're gonna try to go cover to cover without being totally noticed. If I can scout and move up.
Okay, so you're doing a scout move to like get closer in.
Yeah.
All right, go for it. I think this is risky.
I'll take it. So hold on. So I roll 2d6
Yeah, for your scout.
and then add my +2.
And I think you'll get an increased effect
Well,
thanks to
basically, yeah, the dots are how many dice you roll. So if you have,
Okay, I see. All right, so I got a 7. I got you now.
So what'd you roll on the dice?
I rolled a 5 and a 2.
So you
Okay,
take
so
the
you get 5.
higher, and
Oh,
that's
you
your
take-
result.
Oh, you take the higher one. Okay,
Yeah.
5.
yeah, it's sort of like rolling with advantage.
Yeah, I'm confusing it with
But you want to get the highest. So the
I'm
more
confu-
you roll, the better chance.
confusing it with the other system.
How about the
Okay.
apocalypse?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah. That one you add them. Yeah. This is Forged in the Dark. You pick the highest. Powered by the Apocalypse. You add them. So a little. All these cool systems, but they can get kind of confusing.
Slightly different.
All right. You do it as a consequence. You suffer harm. Complication occurs. I'm gonna say you're gonna end up in a desperate position. So you're leading the rookies and Ekdom and Sergeant Lucano, and you're like kind of you get like down in the entrenchment. You're sort of moving through this like through this trench, kind of carved through the sand and the grass, until you come to, and you sort of like you're able to get a flank around onto the artillery position until you run into another problem. A bunch of termite infantry that was moving up, kind of like, are charging in to get to their positions and bump like straight into you. So it becomes close quarters very fast. Lucano, what are you doing?
Um.
oh
Yes.
no, I just realized Austin's roll should have had potency.
Oh, right. I totally forgot to. Okay.
Yeah.
What's
So
potency do?
I think it just. I'm not entirely sure. So
Potency and thing increases the effect. So the
Okay,
effect
so-
is you're putting yourself into an advantageous position. Okay, I'll say this. So you successfully like move into flanking position, moving around to capture this this artillery piece. You bump into a squad of termite infantry moving up, and then some good luck. That artillery piece, the pebble cannon, misfires. It like explodes, crashes to the side, and covers your approach in this big cloud of dust and sand. So the termites had like a second to see you, and then this curtain of sand and dust is kicked up as one of like the pebbles falls out of the cannon and sort of rolls its way past you guys. So that gives you a moment to like prepare to use that.
I will, since there's like this screen of oily smoke. I'm just going to pull out my twig emplacement, set it up, and just unload down the entrenchment.
Okay.
And just sort of call for the platoon to fire when they have. Basically, just like we're starting combat with this group. Like, we've broken stealth. Do what you need to do.
I think so. Let the shooting begin.
Yeah.
All right. What move do you think this would be? Yeah, I could see shoot. I could see skirmish.
I think that's probably gonna be skirmish.
Skirmish is sort of.
Yeah, I would say yeah. This is
close.
definitely a skirmish. Like I'm trying to assault a position.
Okay. We're not quite in desperate. I think we're still in risky.
Okay. That's a 6 and 1 die.
Whoa, you got a 6?
Yep.
Nice.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, you just like swing up the twig emplacement and like bam, 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 and just a hail of splinters cuts into these termites, ripping them apart. The bullets, like the rookies, are like unloading with their rifles as well. And when the firing's over, the cannon is completely still. The crew has been killed, as well as these termite infantry, and you've not taken a casualty. They just didn't have a chance to fire. You cut them down.
Woo.
All right. Looking out across the battlefield, you see that the big slide dragoons are like nearing the front of the enemy ranks, and they're like preparing to charge in, and it's going to become some nasty hand-to-hand, mandible-to-mandible fighting. You guys are still on the flank of the termites. Max, you're kind of still in your sort of secured position. They didn't spot you, but now they're all dead. So
Fair.
what are you doing now?
Basically, I think I'm gonna move up a little bit closer, and basically move up sort of to the next emplacement just in case, just so I have new cover.
Okay.
Like, yeah,
Do
I
you
think
think
I'm
this
gonna
is
do.
thing you need to roll for? I mean, I don't know if it seems necessarily
Okay,
tricky.
no,
or under...
if you don't think that's necessary, I could do it. I could use it as sort of like a scout kind of a thing as well. Sort of see if I can.
Well, I think if you're just changing position, you're not under fire. I don't think that's really requires a roll.
Sure.
So
Okay.
you could do that and then something else if you that's more
Okay. Well, yeah, but
more
so
up to chance, I would say.
okay, so I was thinking sort of like using the scout roll as sort of like trying to find the next target for the squad.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Okay,
Um,
go ahead and give me the scout roll. This will just be controlled again.
Okay. I think, yeah, two dice should be fine. Not with a 1 and a 2.
Oh no. Okay, quick question. Did you guys leave Burdock with Max, or did he go with the rest of the guys into the trench?
Oh no.
I think you went with us because
It probably went with us.
You see more action if you're.
Yeah, he wants to be in the action.
He wants
And
to.
yeah, he was. It was basically like, okay, Ektom's leading the charge with the platoon, and then Albert and the cockroach guy next to him pulling up the rear. So when we get in the trench, he can say where the reporter can stay there while Albert does his thing to get us deeper in.
Okay. All right, Max. So you're alone. I'm gonna do something bad to you.
Okay.
It's not gonna hurt you, but it's gonna hurt your gear and put you in a bad spot.
Okay.
So you're carefully moving around through like the edge of the grass. You're kind of like moving around a bunch of like kind of sort of fallen flowers as you're holding your rifle. Suddenly, a floral mantis's scythe comes out of the flowers, whistles down, and chops your rifle in half.
Oh, jeez.
And you realize this is the scythe. So this mantis that is like looks kind of like it's kind of a cool like opalescent flower covering to it, a floral mantis. It's sort of like rearing over you and says in this very gentle voice, like, "Don't fight, my friend. Don't fight. It'll be over soon." As he prepares to just like, oh, sorry, what's that?
Fool.
As he prepares to like carve you in half.
Okay.
All right. Meanwhile, Lucano, you guys are like hurrying down the trench, just like exchanging fire with the termites. You're in a pretty good position. You're like sort of around a kind of like a T intersection in the trench, and just like you're working the machine gun. Cornelius's carbine. The rookies are like firing and working their bolt action splinter rifles. you see up ahead there is like a bunch of twig emplacements that are facing the big slide dragoons.
Do any of us have any grenades?
What kind of load did you pick there?
Oh, I do have a wrecking kit. What's in a wrecking kit? I forget.
Can we use their own artillery against them? Is that a thing?
That is thing you could try. Yes, that would be rig. That's a great idea if you want to try that. The wrecking kits. Yeah, we can say it's like grenades.
Well, so it's like vials of acid and small alchemical hand charges. So it's more of like small limpet mines than grenades.
Yeah, yeah. But necessity is the mother of invention.
That's true. Um. So this T intersection, is it like, does the T go further down into the trenches? Like we're heading along a straight line along the front?
I would say it's kind of like it sort of curves over. You're kind of in the corner and you look down and you see that's where the twigs are.
Got it. Ooh, what to do? I think what I want to do is pull a Dang, I don't know what to do at this point. It's like, just shoot them. No. What I want to do is, if I can get close enough to them without them being detected, I want to take one of these hand charges and blow up the emplacement while they're still firing
Ooh.
outwards.
Okay. A great plan, very risky.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go to this is gonna be desperate. What do you think this would be?
Probably a wreck.
Think
Definitely
so.
a wreck.
Okay. All right.
I will take a devil's bargain though.
Ooh. Okay. So I would say if this messes up, I think of a good one. If this messes up, Burdock is gonna like get into serious trouble and require rescuing.
Got it. Okay.
Require rescuing. Yes.
Yeah,
We're trying to get
right now he's like just further back with the rookies, like just scrawling, like putting his notepad like against the walls of the trench and like on the backs of them, being like, "Stay still, I gotta capture it." What a moment! The intensity, the adrenaline.
I got a 4, so it's partial success.
Okay, so Burdock is good for the moment. Okay, severe harm, serious complication occurs. All right, I'm thinking so. I think what happens is you use too many explosives and you are like completely out of them. You end up in your haste to like throw them and just make sure you do the job right. You use like everything you have in that kit.
Okay. Yeah, I will
and
remove
the
the
result Yeah, the resulting explosion rips apart the front ranks of those twig emplacements. So those things are shattered. Termite pieces are like tumbling down and raining from the sky as they're blasted apart. You're just like totally deafened, thrown flat on your back. And you're kind of in a bad situation as well because more termite infantry start like racing down and approaching you. You hear the rookies are like shouting, but you're flat on your back and you need some rescuing. Okay, and also, your sniper, you haven't heard from him in a little bit.
That's very true. We have not.
He's tough. I got faith in him.
Someone probably should go check on him, though.
All right, Acorn, what are you doing?
You mean I have to choose? Oh,
Yeah,
no.
you do. You got to make a choice.
Yes, you do have those artillery emplacements are still there.
Yeah, that's true, but I will go towards.
Well, you can also order Sorry, I don't want to.
Oh, right,
also
yeah,
tell the
you
rookies
can have to tell the
that too.
rookies. I will tell 2 rookies to go back up Flores, and then I will go over to give Ektom some covering fire so we can get back to a safer location.
Okay. We'll just do 2 rolls real quick. Give me a quick,
Okay.
not what's the word? Not martial roll to tell
Okay.
those rookies to do something.
So if I have no pips in Marshall, what happens?
You roll 2 dice and take the lower.
Ah,
Now you could push yourself or do a devil's bargain.
so
to get an
pushing
extra
myself
dice.
adds stress.
So you take
Yeah.
2 points of stress. Yeah.
Okay. I will push myself then.
Okay, then you just got the 1.
Well, that's better. So I think statistically.
It is better. A negative 1 is better than -1.
Okay, well, we got a 1.
You rolled a 1.
I rolled a 1. Now maybe I scare them a little too much. I don't know.
I think so. Okay. The rookies will go. Unfortunately,
They're not coming back.
okay, here's what happens. Both of them are like reloading their weapons when you shout at them. Or actually, what do you say? Let's play out the scene. What do you tell them?
I don't trust one of you to go alone, so both of you take the buddy system and go check on Max. And then get back to me. One of you.
Sir, it's in the middle of all this, sir.
Yeah. You gotta do it. Just do it now. Or just you're gonna get shot if you don't go right now. It's better back there. Fewer bullets. Trust me.
Right. So we're going. And they're just like working the bolts, and you hear like a crack and a click as they are both trying to reload, but they don't finish reloading, and now there's like bullets that are stuck in the breech. So their rifles are now useless.
Well, until they clear it, I'm sure that they're not nervous at all.
They gotta take the time to clear it, which we'll see.
They got bayonets, right?
Sure. All right, so they go charging back with these plugged up rifles, and then one more thing you wanted to do real quick. You said.
And then the other is I'll head towards Ektom to give him covering fire so we can retreat to a more defensible position.
All right. What move do you think that would be? Is that going to be shoot, or are you trying to like maybe maneuver?
Let's see. Maneuver, or shoot. Probably maneuver.
Okay.
Seems close.
I think this is risky, I would say, because you're literally acting under fire.
Okay. If I let me check something. I thought I picked an ability. So is there what is that the same thing as making a desperate roll?
No, it's 1 below desperate, so it's risky, not desperate.
Okay.
I think if you really want to make it desperate, you can like expose yourself and try and draw their fire.
No,
That'd
that's
be
not.
pretty
No,
desperate.
that's okay. We'll see.
Okay.
Risky's fine. Okay.
All right.
So it's maneuver. So I have 1 pip. So I just roll once. Is that it? That's all.
Do you want to do stress, or could I interest you in a devil's bargain?
What is what happens if I do the devil's bargain?
Devil's bargain, you get an extra dice, but if you fail, something really bad will happen. Which I will say is that, you reach him, and then another attack happens that like totally isolates you from the rest of the squad.
I think we'll
except for Burdock will be with you.
I'll stick with push myself.
Okay. Yeah, I think you can only do one or the other. You can't do the devil's bargain and push yourself.
Yeah. So I had 2 stress. So do I go up to 4 now? Is that how it works?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. All right, and then you said I get to roll with an extra die or not?
Yeah, the pushing yourself gives you an extra die.
Okay, I pick the higher. Got it. Okay, 6. Pretty
What'd
good.
you do?
I got a 6.
Nice. All right, so you rush over to Locano, just like firing your carbine from the hip. You drive the termites back, help him to his feet, and yeah, you make it back to the rest of the rookies and to Burdock, who is like, heroism under fire, what a story, and is just writing it down. All right, Lucano, you and your guys are making a good stand there, sort of at the mouth of the trench. Right now, the dragoons are like just about to reach the termites and start charging in. So they'll need all the help they can get, but you seem in a pretty safe position uh, until you look skyward and you see up above, catching the sun, the silvery disk of the 25th anniversary balloon.
Oh no.
Ooh,
The last time I
okay.
saw it didn't have
Meanwhile,
guns, so
what's that?
the last time I saw it didn't have guns. I feel okay.
Okay. But you just know it's sort of like over there watching you. All right.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Max. Um. oh,
Yep.
Okay. Sorry. Very, very good. My internet's holding. I remember I had one night it was just terrible internet, but it seems to be doing good so far. So fingers crossed.
We're good. Yep.
Okay. Um. All right. Yeah, Max. Just making sure I keep get my order and everyone gets to have fair amount of screen time there.
Fair.
All right.
Yeah.
So Max, you have your rifle has been like cut in half.
Yeah.
And this floral praying mantis, the scythe, is like towering above you. What you doing?
I sort of like, God damn it, and pull out a pistol that's sort of like, I hate using this thing, and just trying to take a few shots while sort of like backing up.
All right. I think this will be skirmish, and this is definitely desperate. So be sure to mark experience.
Okay. I'll definitely have to push it myself since I don't have anything in skirmish.
Okay, I can offer you a devil's bargain as well if you want to do that.
Nah, I think I'm just gonna push myself for now.
Okay, very good.
So that'll get me to 1. Which is not nothing. Yeah. Nope. He's a
What'd you do?
3.
A 3.
Oof.
Okay. Well, okay, so you're gonna take 2 levels of harm.
I would like to resist that.
Okay, go ahead.
So
That's rolling that
Luckily-
grit.
luckily I have the +1 to resist prowess. So oh, come the frick on. 2s.
What happened?
All 2s.
Ooh, okay. So you're taking 4 stress?
Yep, that would. I guess that'll do it. We'll fill up his track.
It's just
Oh,
just
no,
a
so you
trauma.
get trauma.
So yeah, I get a trauma.
Get trauma. Okay, which you're still okay. So it's only the second trauma is the one that kills you.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so he swings the scythe down. You just like fire the pistol. It blasts out. Like you managed to land a pretty good shot on him. So he's looking kind of hurt as it punches through his sort of flowery exoskeleton. You're able to like just narrowly roll out of the way as his scythes are like swinging down. One like slices a piece of grass, the other one like dives into the dust. But you roll out of the way and like dive into a better situation.
Yeah.
He spins around, starts following you, being like, "I'm telling you, don't resist. It'll go a lot easier if you just stay still. Let it end. Let you go peacefully. Go peacefully into the flowers, my friend.
Nope,
Um,
not gonna happen, as he's now paranoid.
Suddenly,
Good one.
those two rookies show up that Acorn dispatched, and they're like, it's the scythe, and they both raise their rifles to fire, and then both of them jam.
God.
The scythe just spins around, disarms them with one swing, kicks them down with the other, and he's like, I'm telling you, you're making this worse. And he like raises his scythe to finish them off. Max, I'll let you do one more thing before we cut away.
Um, one more thing. Okay. Is there a possibility that I could save them with a shot? Or save, or
Absolutely.
at least one?
I think if you roll high enough, you could save both.
Okay. Come on. Work with me here. That one's cocked.
Okay, so you're doing shoot.
Yep.
All right.
I think I need
this
some
is
new
desperate.
dice.
Oh yeah, it was really bad, I guess.
3.
Okay, go ahead and mark experience for the roll. Okay, the highest was a 3. All right, one of the rookies is gonna die.
Yep.
You can still save the other.
No.
He swings his scythe down, just like impales this poor ant through the belly, who screams out like Flores as his life vanishes. The other one sort of like crawls just under the swinging scythe, and starts heading towards you as the scythe pursues.
Yeah, I think
All right.
after once that is okay. So do they still have the rifles? He said he was disarmed them, right?
That is true. Yes, they're both plugged up though, so it would take
Okay.
some
So
movement to
basically,
free them. But yeah,
once
the
the
rifles are
rookie
both
gets
on the
there, I'm
ground.
just like, clear that fucking chamber.
I'm sorry, I was trying to, but then Acorn was yelling at me.
Just get behind me.
Yeah, I mean, hey, keep your rifles clear when you're in the heat of battle. Just some good advice. Okay, Lucano. So, the big slide dragoons crash into the ranks of the termites. Somehow, these these dragoons done the impossible. I mean, thanks to you guys disposing of that cannon and like clearing away with the machine guns. I mean, with the twigs, they've now like reached the termites. So they like jump down, start charging in using their like bayonets, using their blades, their clubs and mandibles, just hacking away against the termites. You see the redback, the spider, General Vermilion, just like jumping on top of a termite and like bringing him down, just like biting him again and again with his envenomed mandibles. Then just as you're kind of catching your breath in the heat of battle, Burdock points upwards at the balloon and says like, um, uh, guys, is that? I don't think the balloons are supposed to be doing that. It looks like there's some bugs coming out of it. And you see there is a swarm of like maybe a half dozen dragonflies that have like left the balloon and are like swooping down in attack formation, and they have like explosives in their they have like match heads, um small little firecrackers in these like on their legs and these like rigs set up around their bodies. They're going to start dropping some bombs on you guys to try and finish you off.
Okay, I'm going to hand over the twig emplacement to one of the other soldiers, one of the privates with us. To pull out Svende's rifle, and I'm going to attempt to shoot one of the match heads and try to engulf a number of them in one blast.
Wow. Okay. Very difficult. I'm gonna say it's desperate. So mark experience.
Yeah, this is gonna be a shoot, and I'm going to use my grit to push myself.
All right. Very cool.
Let's see. That's a 6 and a 5 and a 2.
Oh. Well, I mean, very
No
close to
double
a crit.
sixes. Damn.
Not double sixes, but still extremely good. Yes, you just like you pull up the rifle, you look through the scope, you like feel the spirit of Spin Day somehow guiding your hand. You fire, the bullet just like rushes up, strikes one of the match heads, like dangling from the belly of one of these dragonflies, explodes. It catches the other explosives this dragonfly was holding. Big cloud of fire. About half of them are just engulfed in flame. Chunks of burning dragonfly, like their kind of thin diaphanous wings, their limbs, just their charred remains, like fly down and crash onto the sands all around you. Burdock says, "Holy bloom! What a shot! What a story!
No
I'm
one
gonna
will
get
believe
the.
you.
Oh yeah, no one will believe this.
um,
Okay,
we should fall back. Let's get to a better position. Because it seems that the main fighting force is in fact here, and a couple of the bombers are taken out for now.
I think so. The other ones are still kind of circling the area looking for you. So yeah, definitely finding a more um a better position to hide out could be good. Um Acorn, what are you doing in this chaos? We still have some of these dragonflies, and we still have kind of the battle raging between the termites and the Paysac ants.
Yeah, can I try and get one of those artillery shots off? Or are those destroyed?
Uh yeah, you find like a good medium sized pebble cannon that's still there. Do you want to like you're firing at the termites? Or you want to try and shoot at the dragonflies in the air? What are you aiming at? Or at the the balloon? You could aim it at that too.
Yeah, that's what. So I was gonna. I'll aim it at the balloon, and I'll have some of the other rookies help me. So I'll guide. I just need them to load and then.
All right. So you shout out to these rookies. What do you shout to them?
Let's go, maggots! Getting on that gun and we're taking out the balloon.
Yes, sir. Get that pebble over here. Grease that tube. And they manage to like slam a pebble into the firing spout. All right, it's gonna take a rig to like maneuver it around, aim it up, and fire it.
Oh god! Not.
What's
I
your-
can't. I can't interest you in a shoot.
Could it be a shoot? I think it could be a shoot. Okay, yeah, I'll say it's a shoot.
Kind of
I'll
a trick
accept that.
shot to fire an artillery piece at a ship.
I think so.
Good.
An airship.
I think so.
Okay. All right. Well, so for shoot, I have 1, so I get to roll 1. Right.
Can I interest you in a devil's bargain? Or
You
do
can
you want to
always-
push yourself as well?
I'm always interested in a devil's bargain. I think this would deserve it. I think this is a good,
Okay, if
good
it
one.
goes wrong, I mean, you don't know how to use an artillery piece. It will blow up around you and do some damage to you and the rookies and put you all in a bad position.
That is a risk I'm willing to take.
Okay, that's the spirit.
It's a big. So I get 1 extra die.
Yes, and this is risky, I would say.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Okay, I got a 5 and a 1.
Woohoo! Very good. Okay, so it's not going to blow up. 5 is going to be a consequence, complication, reduced effect. I'm going to go with the reduced effect.
No.
You fire the pebble. It like flies up. This humongous, deafening explosion as it rockets out of the firing tube. It flies up, punches into the like the bottom of the 25th anniversary balloon, which starts like leaning to the side. You see some air falling out, but it doesn't like pierce all the way through and destroy it. So the balloon starts kind of like it hovers there for a bit and then it sort of starts floating away. So it's kind of like, well, maybe we got too close.
Oh,
We took some damage. Let's not risk getting any closer.
nice.
Meanwhile, the dragonflies are like are just swarming down over you and ready to start dropping some bombs.
We're fine.
We'll check back. Okay, so Max, you've got one of the rifles dropped by the rookies. One of the rookies is dead. The
Okay.
scythe is now coming after you. He was
So
hurt by your pistol, but he's still up.
yeah. Um. Yeah, I'm gonna continue to sort of back up using this rifle that I've picked up and take a few shots, try and sort of slow him down.
All right, sounds good. This would be shoot. I think you're still desperate, so go ahead and mark experience. Mark a tick of the XP.
Okay.
And let me know if you want Devil's Bargain or if you want to throw a little stress in there to get yourself another
I
one.
ain't got no stress to throw.
Ooh, okay. You want to do Devil's Bargain or no?
Uh, what do you got for me?
Okay, I think if you do not kill him here or seriously wound him until he runs away, he won't kill you, but he will capture you.
Okay.
And you won't be able to stop him capturing you.
Gotcha. I'll stick with my 3, I think.
Okay.
That's much better. New dice, 6.
Very good. Okay, how do you think you kill him?
Just like I think I just sort of, as I'm sort of backing up, I just sort of just like, you really should have stayed where you were and take the shots.
Nice. Yeah, you just like punch a bullet through his kind of floral uh thorax. It just like bursts out the back. He's still coming. You like fire again, bursting through sort of his upper thorax, one of his arms. He just keeps coming. You just like fire, working the ball, and then finally, after like 2 or 3 more shots, just punch through him. He's had enough, and this floral mantis just falls onto his side in a pool of insect goop and dies.
Would you say that this is a threat 2 or higher?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Then I get 1 XP through my notches ability.
Oh, nice. Okay. The rookie like pops out from behind his the scythe's body, and he's like, "Holy Bloom Flores, what was that?"
Well, he's dead now, whatever he was.
Right. Well, I cleared me rifle of the plug. It's all working now. The bolt's all good. What should we do now, sir?
Let's get back to the others.
Right. I'll lead the way.
God damn, my good rifle.
Okay. Yeah. So leaving the mantis dead, you guys start hurrying back into the trenches. Okay, Lucano, we took out about half of the dragonflies. The rest of them, you see, like they do a sort of sweep over the battlefield looking for you, and they kind of like cut around, spinning to the side. They're like dropping low and doing this like they're just like low skimming over the entrenchments, heading straight for you guys.
If they're heading straight for us, I'm gonna take over the token placement, and I mean, airplanes flying low are incredibly vulnerable. And I'm just going to try to pepper them, so they crash, or at least one of them crashes. Hmm. I do think I'm trying.
I would say this is going to be a desperate situation too, so you can mark XP.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do shoot. I'm gonna try to take out one of them. I don't necessarily want to take them all out. I don't necessarily. feel like I haven't taken them all out yet, but I do want to. Actually, no. Can I lead a group action?
Ooh, okay. So getting everybody to shoot.
Yes. I'm gonna have everybody basically just say take out the dragonflies, with whatever weapons they can.
Super cool. Okay, Acorn can help you. Austin, if you want to.
Yeah, I will. How do I do that?
Okay, so what you're gonna do is whatever your shoot is, you're gonna roll that.
Okay, easy.
I am going to use another grit to get an extra point on there.
Got a 3.
3. Okay.
Okay, so you're taking 1 stress.
I did get a 5.
Ooh, okay. All right. Due to the severe consequences. Okay, so you get the emplacement. You just like open fire. Everyone's like firing their weapons together as these dragonflies come skimming down. You cut apart all the dragonflies. Their wings, their legs are flying everywhere. Their bodies just torn apart as these bullets just carve through them. However, Lucano, one of the bombs does land next to you. You're going to take 1 harm as it kind of like blows up and showers you with like flame.
Okay. More shrapnel wounds.
Or shrapnel wounds, yeah. This
Poor
this
bastard.
ant is just like covered in scars and like chunks of little bits of plastic and glass like stuck in him from these emplacements.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, the dragonflies are cut down. Looking across the trench, you see that like most of the termites have started to fall back. The Paysac bugs are in like the first trench. These heroic ants holding their own, pushing back the termites, and it definitely seems like this is sort of where the battle is going to be decided. Cornelius, you see like the most of the termites in the front have been taken out. Like the front trenches pretty much belong to the ants right now. You do see like the last termite reinforcements, all these like termite infantry hurrying in, charging into the entrenchments to try and like change things around, shift the tide of battle. What do? You still have the artillery piece next to you, as well as the twig emplacements, and also I think this is when Max Flores and the other rookie, the surviving rookie, make it back to join you.
Sure, we could twist the artillery again and shoot.
What's that?
We could twist the artillery and shoot the pebble cannon, right?
Yeah, you could go for that.
Okay.
Okay, I think this will be desperate, so go ahead and mark the experience there.
Cool. And then I think I get something. Yeah, so when I make a desperate roll, it says I get +1d. Does that mean I get another die?
Yep.
Yes, you do.
Correct.
Fine. So, got a 5 and a 4.
Okay, pretty good. So there's a consequence. Okay, I'm gonna say like you manage to you fire the shell right into their ranks, and like it's definitely a bullseye. The termites are like blown to pieces. However, you are gonna take a level of harm. Just the one is like a stray shot from these termites like blasts into you and kind of like carves into your side.
All right. Let me mark that.
All right. But yeah, after this, like that last termite attempt to reinforce has fallen. And the rest of the termites inside, like they realize they can't win against this. they start like throwing down their rifles, putting up their hands, and the entrenchments are yours. As the fighting comes down, Vermilion joins you, um, and he says, "You guys are all back together again." And he's like, "Well, well done, lads. Looks like the ant farm is ours."
Max is still like looking around, making sure that there's nothing nothing gonna pop out on us.
Yeah,
Looks
so
like you had a rough go of it.
Yeah, some weird mantis dude tried to kill us. Don't worry, I
Oh.
got him.
Oh,
Though I probably should
you
have done
got
a
him?
double shot. Should have. Or what's the phrase?
double tap.
Yeah, probably should have done a double tap.
It's fine. We
Hmm.
had more pressing matters than. Wait, someone's missing.
Oh yeah, one of the rookies didn't make it.
He said nonchalantly.
Well, the the kid just had a jam in his gun.
Oh,
Jeez
man.
Louise.
The grief, the absolute grief on Albert's man. I gave him the order. I sent him to his
Oh.
death.
It's not your fault there, Cornelius. It's
Oh, it's 100% my fault.
it's on me.
I chose them to go. I should have just gone there myself.
Then I might not be alive. One for you.
Yeah. Stupid mantis destroyed my rifle though.
Do you think your
Oh.
scope? Do you think do you have a scope on that thing? It might still be okay. It's just cut like the.
I will hand Max Fleur Spinday's rifle.
Wow. I don't know who that is, but that sounds.
I mean, I think you've heard of it. Everybody in the Greenleaf Guards knows about Spinday.
I think Cornelius met at Spinday.
Did I?
Yeah,
No,
I'm
he
pretty
died
sure
on your
you
first
did.
mission, yeah. That was I think your first mission was Sven's last mission.
Or it was after Sven's last
It was
mission.
after Sven. Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
right.
I don't know.
Sven died
So-
on the beaches of the Chlorine Sea.
Yeah.
He died saving all of us.
Oh,
Or
that's
trying.
Is that the scout that I replaced?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I never met this guy.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you had.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's all right. I'm just a replacement. You know.
General Vermilion's like, aren't we all? Right. Well, I think it's time we go to the ant farm. Shall we?
Let's go.
Okay. So all these soldiers leave the chaos of the battle and like they walk out. The pillbugs who have also completed their attack, their raid on the oasis. They're coming in as well, sort of like crawling in from the side with Oakley leading them. And then this great mass of like bugs sort of crawls their way down past this very gentle slope leading out of the sandbox and into the ant farm. And you guys see like these shattered glass plastic tubes, these like ancient mounds of dirt, these like tattered plastic, advertising pictures showing like fun anthropomorphic ants and like farmers hats holding pitchforks and being like, make your own ant farm. All of which have been, faded over the many, many days it's been out there in the sun. And other ants have like, made this, and pillbugs and other bugs have like made this their home over the years. But still, it is like a holy place, and you feel this like hush as all these soldiers like walk through this this hallowed land where the first ants came to be. So we'll cut ahead a little bit. A few days have passed, and now it's time for sort of like another council because you guys, even though you're our soldiers, because you are common soldiers, because you played such a important role in helping take the ant farm, you are sort of invited to this council of war. So it takes place like in a kind of what passes for indoors, where it's like a tube that, like, maybe it was the big tube at the bottom where the queen used to live in, or this ant farm, which is now this like vast sort of meeting chamber. There's lots of different bugs from like different countries and empires there. All members of the insect entente. Your guys' allies. There's like big maps, the surrounding territory. They're bringing around like some like little chunks of uh, chocolate and Reese's peanut butter cups and some Fruit Loops to munch on. Um, as they're working and talking things through. Um, you guys have brought this kind of like table at the center where you see a few other bugs. There's General Vermilion's there, Prince Ubal is there, Oakley is there, um, and there is also Francois Fromage, General Fromage, who is a leaf cutter ant from the Republic de Leaf. This very like um very poised, very like in control looking ant officer with like his antenna are like elaborately curled in a dramatic way. Um, so everybody's together. Oakley is there too, of course. Um, Vermilion says, "All right, well, we're in a bit of a rough situation. We got a whole lot of wounded. When the termites left, they took most of the supplies, so we don't have many of them either. So, I mean, this is a holy place. You want to keep it safe, but I'm not sure what ought to be done."
I mean, we could let
Um,
Oakley and the pillbugs protect it.
Hubal says, "We can get some supplies in from across the sandbox." Fromage says, "Hmm, perhaps. But you should know this area that belongs to the termites. It should now belong to, at least partly, the Republic de Leaf. And of course, our Hillish allies, they should take some for themselves as well." And you see Oakley being like getting pretty upset about this, and like his antenna are curling up, and he is like, this is precisely what I feared would happen.
The pillbugs fought and defended this land as hard, and if not harder than any of us on the field. At least deserve to set their own destiny.
It's up to the politicians now. We're just soldiers. We don't partition these lands.
Hmm. Um, Oakley's like, "Yes, fair enough. You speak wisely, Acorn, but it does grieve me," and he's kind of glaring at Fromage, "that these pillbugs should be replacing one empire with another." And Fromage just like curls his antenna and chitters his mandibles in annoyance. Um, as you can tell, Hubal is getting pretty pissed off at this as well. Suddenly, another two ants join the table. You see like a hush falls over the hall, falls across this nest. The first of them is a ant who actually only Lucano, only you recognize. You only seen him before. It is Captain Little, the kind of sleazy intelligence officer ant. He is with another ant who is dressed as a civilian, but in like extremely fancy clothes. He has like a little, silk top hat made of like a tiny little scrap of silk, and like a very fancy pinstripe suit, with like made with from actual uh, ink from a pen stripe suit that he's like wearing, um, of like some scraps of paper in this like fancy 3-piece suit he has. Um, Captain Little says, "Gentlemen, I believe we have a solution to your problems concerning medical supplies. May I present Sir Basil Rosemary Time?" And Sir Basil says, "Ah, yes. My traveling airship carries a great deal of supplies. It would be an honor for me to bring them to the aid of the Holy Ant Farm."
Excuse me.
"Yes?"
The 25th anniversary balloon?
Ah, so you have seen it. That is the turmeric.
Yes, they bombed us. Dragonflies bombed us.
From that balloon.
Ooh, okay.
Lucano was just staring this man down.
Yeah. All right. So definitely there's a big hush here. Lucano, go ahead and give me a sway roll. Or I could see consort as well.
Okay, I can do consort.
Okay.
I am gonna use my last crit to push myself.
Okay.
Just I think he's leading into his gruff soldier personality, just like, nah, you can't pull the wool over my eyes. I've seen it.
Nice. This is definitely control, by the way. So, but yeah, it's important.
Only a 5.
A 5. Okay. I'm gonna go with the reduced effects. So, like, you probably wanted this guy to get, court-martialed for like literally attacking you.
Could I attempt to resist this?
Attempt to resist?
Yes, because as like resistance roll is, you can reduce or avoid the consequence.
Oh, okay.
And like, I have an idea of how, like, it would lean into his own current instability.
Okay, what are you planning here?
I think that he's just going to like start berating this guy, and just like all of the wild, like all the things he's seen about this blimp, like the stealing of the pupa, like all these sort of things. Like he's just going to start unloading all of this on him, making a scene.
Whoa.
Whatever, and
Okay.
whatever consequences. I think he's just trying to like rattle this person.
Nice. Okay. Go ahead and do the resistance roll.
Okay. That is in fact a critical.
Whoa. Okay. So you get to remove stress. So that's good. Yeah. So go ahead. What do you say to this to Sir Basil Rosemary Time?
Well, I assume he starts kind of like chucking at this, and I just slam on the desk, just like, I have seen what this blimp was doing. This blimp has been stealing the pupa of the pill bugs. This blimp has been there when we are being attacked by apparently our own people, Captain Little. And if you so vouch for this man, I question your honor, I question your position, and I question your acting role as intelligence officer. And if I had half a mind right now, in a room full of our other compatriots, and if we weren't in a room full of our compatriots, I would have shot you already.
Whoa. Okay. So this like deathly hush falls over the hall. Little looks totally flustered, and is like, the very nerve of this common infantry bug to bring this up to me. Vermilion's like, just kind of glares at him, clacks his mandibles, and is just like, get out.
I'll turn and leave.
Oh no, he's talking to Little.
Oh, I thought he was talking to me. I'm like the height of
Yeah,
his
you're okay. You rolled so high that you're not. They're on your side. Little leaves, and you can tell like he's like glaring at you, and you can tell that like there's gonna be consequences.
Oh yeah, he's an assassin after us already.
Yeah.
Only gonna get worse.
Well, hold that thought. And then
it's too bad I don't have
Oakley
one of
tells-
those sides.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, drop that. Well, hold it, because it wasn't.
Actually-
Hold that thought.
All right.
So Oakley tells Sir Basil Rosemary Time, deliver your supplies and then leave immediately. And I promise that if there's truth to what my friend Lucano says, I will hunt you down and you will face justice. And then Sir Basil Rosemary Time just like, doffs his top hat. Then as he's going, he kind of like pulls aside to you three, and he's like, gentlemen, we have a difficult relationship. I sent the scythe after you. I attempted to remove you from the battlefield with some of my Dragonfly employees. You fired a pebble into my mode of transport. You are hampering my sales. I ask of you, for both of our sakes, stop following me. Let me conduct my business, and I shall leave you to conduct yours. Do we have an
So
agreement?
conducting business is
Can we
killing perfectly good soldiers that are trying to let you make no sense, dude.
He's
We're just
like,
trying to do what we're trying to do. We're trying to just get this war over with, and you seem to be hindering that.
Acorn, you want to say something to him?
Yeah, I don't care about your sales. I'll shoot you right now. What are you looking at?
Hey,
You want
Albert,
want-
stop.
you want justice? Come on.
He says, Mr. Flores, I think you don't understand what a opportunity this war is. Perhaps someday you will come to realize that. In my life, I have learned that every danger and travail, if understood properly, can be an opportunity. Well, I suppose my requests fell on deaf ears.
Oh.
I'm afraid our paths may cross again.
Hmm.
Good day.
You owe me a new rifle.
Not if I see you first.
As he goes, you guys realize what kind of ant he is. He is actually a slaver ant.
Man,
So these are ants that will actually they capture other ants and make them their slaves.
Holy fucked up.
man.
Yeah.
I
You
use
guys-
I use a word curse word for this. That's real messed up.
Yes, there's some really messed up things that insects do. I'll say. Yeah. So he goes. The sort of conference ends. General Fromage leaves in a huff. Oakley's like, well, you three and me, we certainly don't seem to be the kind to make friends.
Not when they outright kill me, or at least try to kill me.
Look, they hired me to win a war, to fight in a war. And when those who are not soldiers getting caught up in it, I have a problem with that.
I knew I should have shot that guy.
Well, you did shoot his balloon, so I think you did technically. Good shot, by the way.
Thanks.
Hell of a move, firing a howitzer
Yeah,
at
an
a,
airship.
at a fucking zeppelin.
In the air.
Oakley's like, oh, I was quite impressed. Yes, that was a bloody good show, I'll say. And yes, it often seems as if, fighting the enemy is the least of our concerns.
I wish it weren't so, but it seems that this Sir Basil Rosemary Time seems hell bent on exploiting, profiteering off of the collective suffering.
Very true. So a little bit of time passes. You guys get to relax and enjoy the ant farm for a bit, and then pretty soon, all you guys are called in to receive your next orders, from Lance Corporal Smidgley, who is this little tiny velvet mite, who's he's way smaller than all of you. He is an orderly, but he's passing on the message to give you guys commands. So he brings all you guys together, sort of in some sort of the nice kind of overturned plastic tube where you're all billeted, and he's like, well, congratulations, Greenleaf Guards. You've seems a transfer in theaters is in order.
Great, where are they sending us now?
Well, now that the termite empire is on its last footing, their hive is is falling apart, so to speak. The way into the house is clear. We can finally find an easier way to get supplies to our allies inside the house. Yes, the kitchen empire, under the trash czar, needs our help.
The trash czar needs that.
Yes, Unfortunately, two of the central swarms, the Beetle Weevil Empire, which is not particularly powerful, but they do have a lot of different bugs fighting for them, as well as, of course, the Iron Kaiser's own empire, Nessenheim, which is the driving force, have been playing merry hell in the kitchen. They've gotten through the door. They've gotten numerous footholds inside the kitchen, and kitchen's a dangerous place. But hey, that's where the food is.
Very true.
Yes, so it's vitally important that the kitchen stays in the war, the trash czar stays on the throne, and that all of those Nessenheim soldiers are tied down and kept busy in the east.
Oh,
Right. So you will be proceeding through the flower beds across a little stretch. The flower. Thankfully, they skirt the patio, so you'll be able to avoid Nessenheim itself, and then you'll enter the house. We're gonna a group of flower bed soldiers with some that have been fighting alongside the Hillish ants will be going with you to accompany you into the house, and then you're going to provide some aid to our kitchen allies. Most vital aid indeed.
okay.
Um, there is one final bit of news. Your commanding officer, who shall be directing you in these battles, is none other than Captain Little.
Wonderful.
Right. Well, happy to deliver the message. You have a few seconds to grab your belongings and move on out.
All right. Go platoon.
Well, looks like we gotta watch our backs even harder now.
Well, I think he's watching over us very specifically. So
Okay, so
Don't-
with that bad news,
don't
wait,
risk
sorry, go ahead,
insubordination. I was
Lucano.
gonna say don't risk insubordination. Yeah.
Whoa. All right. Well, with that bad news, the Greenleaf Guards gather their stuff and start moving out into the kitchen. And that is where we're going to pick up next time. But first, let's go ahead and take care of the experience and the quick questions at the end. So, Austin, we'll start with you. What for the scout? What are the questions that you can ask there to get some more experience?
At the end of each mission, mark 1 experience. If you survived,
You did survive.
I did survive. Have you helped your squad through stealth or foresight?
I would say so.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take it. If you brought into play your heritage or traumas, no, I wouldn't say that. It's true.
Yeah, but your heritage as part of the Beetle Weevil Empire didn't quite come up.
No. And then it says, I don't have
I'm
any
sure you have a
trauma.
trauma. You have a trauma?
No, not yet.
Okay, so all right. Well, you'll get one.
Yeah. How's that
Join
feel?
us.
And it says per threat of the highest threat opponent on the mission.
I think that would be a 3, which would be like the airship,
Okay.
the turmeric.
All right. So we're at 6.
All right, Patrick,
Okay. Did I
go
survive?
ahead with our soldier.
I
Yes.
did. Did I help my squad through courage and determination? I think I did.
Absolutely.
Did I play into my heritage and traumas? I think so. Both
Yeah,
of them.
definitely.
And then the highest threat was 3, correct?
Yes.
That's 7 XP for me, and I think it's time for a promotion.
Ooh.
If you're okay with that.
Whoa. Yeah. What is Lucano going to become?
I think I'm gonna take officer.
Oh, I like it.
Give me a chance to respec a little bit.
We love
but
what you do.
I have the specialist training, which I'm going to pick. Which is you promote the specialist, make a new playbook, mark 1 special ability, and add a rank of the starting specialist action.
Nice. All right. I think before you guys leave, there's a cool like medal giving what's the word?
Ceremony?
I'm totally blanking on it. Promotion ceremony.
Yeah. Absolutely, yes.
Where we're like Oakley and Vermilion like pin some medals on you. General Fromage pins a medal on you and like kisses you on your mandibles.
My one remaining mandible member. Get the other blown off.
Kind of avoids the other one with all the spikes in it.
Yeah.
All right, Max Flores,
Yep. So
our sniper.
survived. Yep, my
Definitely.
squad through keen observation or key shots.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, taking out that officer at the very beginning. Absolutely.
Brought into play heritage or traumas. I think he was once he got the paranoid, he was a little bit more. I acted that out a little bit.
I think the parent. Yeah, it showed some. I saw some paranoia there.
Yeah. I did do some prowess resisting, which is one of my heritage traits. I'm very stoic, so.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I can see that.
So, all right. So that's 2 for that, and then the
Yeah, highest
3
ever,
from
so
the.
3.
All right, cool. 7 for me.
All right. Good to know our soldiers are getting some cool experience. Okay, so that brings this episode to a close. Next week we'll be off because it's Thanksgiving and it's time to plan. But then after that, it's time for the kitchen's cold winds. It is a rich country because there's all that beautiful food, but they keep the air conditioning on, so it is a cold country.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, well, thanks for that. Thank you for finishing this arc out. Thanks for viewing. Thanks for listening. Yeah, we're gonna take next week off. We'll probably come back the next Tuesday or Wednesday. The easiest way to find out is to follow us on like social media. Also, YouTube is probably the easiest way to get the notifications because if you subscribe and the little alert thing will pop up. So that's the easiest way. Otherwise, you got to find us somewhere. But we're all over the place. So if you want to go twitch.tv/time to tabletop, YouTube /@time to tabletop, we're all over the place. So come watch us on all those things. But until then, make sure to pull up a chair and make time to tabletop.
To tabletop.
We will see you all very soon.